Okay, we're back. This is Josh Jalinski, the financial quarterback. And Harry, inflation versus deflation. Why is, if we have an inflationary bubble, gold and stocks would go up. Why is that wrong in your opinion?
Okay, bubbles, what I said before, 525 trillion in financial assets in the world, at least that's conservative, 200, maybe 250 of that is going to disappear, taking money out of the system, out of brokerage accounts and real estate, all that sort of stuff. That is deflationary. On my 80-year, two-generation cycle, which I've mapped out since the early 80s, okay, you have an inflationary crisis like the recessionary 70s, a fall bubble boom like into the roaring 20s and like into 2007, and then you end when that bubble deleverages and debt disappears and financial assets disappear, you have a deflationary crisis like the 1930s. So on the cycle of inflation and deflation, boom and bust, which demographics almost 100% drive outside of stimulus. This is what happens. I've been predicting since the early 80s that in 2007, the momentum from baby boom spending would peak. We'd go into a slow period, and it would end up being deflationary. I predicted that way back then, which means it has nothing to do with what's happening now. The only thing happening now is they're keeping this deflation from happening, starting with Ben Bernanke, as I said earlier, because they know that you get the deepest downturns not in an inflationary crisis like the 70s. That was bad enough, up to 11% unemployment. No, you get 25% style employment and massive business failures in a deflationary depression. The difference between a depression and a recession is depressions tend to be deflationary, and they tend to follow major bubbles in debt, and debt bubbles cause financial asset bubbles, and now this financial asset bubbles make even the debt bubble look like nothing, and that guarantees that when this ends, from my study of history, and if anybody got better study than I do, I'd love to talk to them, okay? It says you end in deflation. The end game is deflation. I don't care how much money they printed. They just printed more than they did in the entire cycle in 1 year, and we still have almost no inflation. And we've been printing money nonstop for 12 years and almost no inflation. What does that tell you? The underlying trend is deflation, and only high-quality bonds do well, and cash in deflation. All other financial assets get reset down to reality. And even on my spending wave model, just neutral, not over or undervalued, stocks should be at 12,000 a day on the Dow, and they're at 33,000. So go figure.
Wow. So Harry Dent, thank you for joining us, and tell our listeners where they can read more about your work. HarryDent.com or HS Dent?
Yeah. No, folks, I know I'm controversial, and I know I'm getting heated about this. I'm getting heated because this is getting very imminent, okay? Something's going to happen that nobody's going to see. Best way to get to know us, I have a paid newsletter, okay? But if you don't know me, get on my free weekly newsletter. You get an article from me and my partner, who's also very competent, every week. Get to know us, because this is the time to listen to somebody other than your normal economist. So HarryDent.com, you can just get on our free newsletter.
Thank you, Harry, for joining us. And folks, check out the YouTube. Search for our new YouTube page, The Financial Quarterback. And Harry, we got to get you on the Clubhouse app. And it'll be, it's Monday night. I'm speaking with John Ledger of T-Mobile and Riddick Bowe, former heavyweight boxing star. So we love to have you on. We're calling ourselves the Power Team. We got a former rapper, Buckshot, who discovered Eminem, the former president of T-Mobile. So yeah, let Cal know. We'd love to have you be interviewed on Clubhouse as well. It's the latest and greatest thing. So folks, thank you, Harry, for joining us. And folks, go to retirementrealitycheck.com today, and you get 3 free gifts when you buy my book, 888-988-JOSH, if you want the 27-point ultimate financial game plan. Harry, always a live wire. June wrote an email. He's giving me palpitations. So, we don't want you to... Wait, he's saying something. What'd you say, Harry? Harry, what'd you say?
People need to have palpitations. People need to wake up. This is the greatest financial scam when you really look at it in all of history, and it is not going to end well.
So thank you for joining us. And as always, the best preparation is a financial plan that will account for both deflationary scenarios and inflationary scenarios. My warning today, only have in the market what you're comfortable to lose. So give us a call, 888-988-JOSH. Reevaluate your long-term plans to make sure you're not encouraged by the greed of the moments, particularly people just greedy now, trying to get very late cycle behavior.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jalinski Advisory Group.
Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and Top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jalinski or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at www.jalinski.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to effect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jalinski and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation.
Advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.